This time I'm working on a DirectLogic 06 Koyo PLC from AutomationDirect. On this PLC I have a ECOM ModbusTCP card, and then a 4-channel thermocouple input card. And right now I have this PLC connected through a serial port using this adapter here to USB, and I'm running DirectSoft 6, and inside of it I already have configured it with a few rungs of logic, and I read the manuals to set up the thermocouple cards, which if you read the documentation, is pretty straightforward. You just load a constant value into the accumulator, pretty much like you do with assembly. Apparently DirectLogic uses accumulators, so you load that into the accumulator, and then you transfer that into a variable, a V memory location, a variable. And all these are settings, tells you number of channels. I'm only using one thermocouple, and all the other minus terminals on the other channels are all jumpered together, because that's what the manual said. To minimize noise levels, you need to make all the negative terminal on the channels common, and then there is an LM35 as a cold junction device. So this is why. So only one channel, and the values are going to be displayed in binary format, because you can opt for BCD. Then the actual address location of the value getting is going to be obtained from the thermocouples. Then the input type, which is a type thing K thermocouple, and then centigrades, Celsius, that's the units with a sign, so you can go from minus, I forgot what the lowest setting is for type K thermocouple, but you can go negative too, so units Celsius from negative values too. And then disable burnout, so I'm not interested in the burnout alarm. And then I just have a couple toggling buttons here with internal booleans C0, C1 that toggle a output Y0. And if you go online, I think it's already online, right? So there it is. Aside from it, I have the normal advanced HMI project on VisualStudio, which I've added a couple visual elements, a push button, a status, and another push button, Z0, C1, and Y1. And here it's the thermocouple value. And if you read the manuals from Koyo, you'll know how to set the Modbus. So this is ModbusRTU right here. I have two protocols here. I have ModbusRTU, which I'm gonna enable first. So let's start with this. I'm gonna change this to ModbusRTU. This as well, ModbusRTU. This also to ModbusRTU. And this is also Modbus to RTU. I'm doing this because I want to show you first how to communicate to it using normal Modbus RTU. So I have here this cable I made that uses a DH25 DH15 in the same size as a DV9, but this has got 15 pins, pretty much like the VGA connector, right? So it plugs in here. That's port number 2. That's the way Koyo DirectLogic PLCs were made. They have this odd shaped ports, right? Anyway, and I have another USB to serial adapter here that I'm gonna plug. So let's look at the devices here. Device manager. Right now, the port I'm using for DirectSoft is port number 5, which is that one over there. I want to connect this, and you shall see another port added to Device Manager. So another port was added, port 7. Okay, so I'm going to connect that to port 7. I'm going to try to do it from the back here. And I want to try and do it with a single hand while I'm holding my phone. So there it is, trying to connect them both. If I could, let me just hold this down here with the other hand. So, okay, try to make it good connection. There. Okay, so port 2 is on COM 7, right? Alright, so ModbusRTU here, properties. That's on COM 7. And if you look at DirectSoft and you go to PLC, VisualStudio setup, communication port, and port 2 is identical to this. I mean, you got the same. I'm using ModbusRTU and the same baud rate as I have on VisualStudio. Same baud rate, parity even, COM 7, 1 stop bit, and I guess it's 8 bits. I don't see 8 bits anywhere here. Alright, so there's that. Let's run this, right? Let's run this, and we shall see it running now. Just wait a minute. There it is. So this is a thermocouple here, right? If I were to hold it within my hand, you'll see that it goes up, right? It goes up to 34-ish. Yeah, 34. That's the temperature in my between my fingers, so that's 34. It's going to start to cool down. And also I have output Y0, which the outputs on this PLC are up here. Down below it's the inputs, so outputs are up here. So Y0, it's the one I want to be turning on right here. That's it, and it turns on whenever I press these buttons. You can hear the click. I don't know if I can zoom in or try to get it in picture. Try to get both in picture. It's very hard. If I turn the lights off, I can turn the lights on. There it is. You can hear it, and you can see the output turning on and off. All right, so that's on ModbusRTU. And the reason I have this other card here is because I'm going to connect this through ModbusTCP IP. So I already have that configured. So I'm going to connect this to my laptop, and I'm just going to disconnect this from this. So I'm not longer connected to it there. But I need to change my devices here. So all the visual elements, I want to change them to my other communication channel, which is ModbusRTU. Changes to ModbusRTU. I mean ModbusTCP, sorry. From ModbusRTU to ModbusTCP. Same as the temperature. And there is ModbusTCP. And then you run it. And you got the same, right? But this is faster. I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is way faster than ModbusRTU. There's almost no lag, right? And it could go through wireless too, so. And I see temperature is also responding. The update is faster, so just wanted to show you that. The next step is for me to write a PID control loop here for a heating cycle. You know, I want to put a I don't know, a heater or a soldering iron on this side through a contact, and I'm gonna make some sort of PID and then convert it to pulse width modulation and try to see if I can do a PID loop with it. That'll be the next video coming up after this. Well, thank you for watching.